Welcome to Dolphin Dive Daily, your go-to spot for everything Miami Dolphins. If you bleed aqua and orange, hit that subscribe button and join the pod. Miami Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel stepped in front of the cameras Monday with an air of cautious optimism as he provided fans with the latest injury updates surrounding the team's most pivotal players. In a session that combined transparency and measured confidence, McDaniel addressed questions about a lineup that has faced several recent setbacks, reassuring fans that while some players will be sidelined temporarily, others are progressing toward full readiness. The Dolphins, coming off a highly competitive preseason, are entering the season with both high expectations and a keen awareness of the challenges posed by injuries. McDaniel, with his characteristic calm and clarity, navigated the media session carefully, providing details that are precise without being alarmist. From cornerbacks to running backs, each player's status was dissected and framed in a way that allows fans to understand both the immediate implications and long-term outlooks, making it clear that Miami is methodical in its approach to player health. Starting with Ethan Bonner, the young cornerback has been ruled out for multiple weeks due to a hamstring injury, leaving a noticeable gap in the Dolphins' defensive backfield. McDaniel refrained from providing a precise return timeline, emphasizing caution and the need for proper recovery rather than rushing a player back prematurely. This transparency highlights the team's strategy to prioritize long-term performance over short-term availability, an approach that can sometimes frustrate fans eager for immediate results, but ultimately benefits the organization by reducing the risk of re-injury. Bonner's absence, while significant, also opens opportunities for other defensive backs to step up, creating a competitive environment within the roster. McDaniel's communication suggested confidence in the depth of the squad, underscoring a belief that while injuries are unavoidable, the team is resilient and adaptable. For fans tracking Miami's defensive potential, understanding Bonner's status is key, as it signals adjustments the coaching staff might make to maintain consistency in coverage and overall defensive performance throughout the early season games. On the offensive line, the spotlight turned to Austin Jackson, the starting right tackle who has been sidelined temporarily after a practice incident left him stepped on during a play. McDaniel expressed confidence that Jackson will be ready for Week 1 against the Indianapolis Colts, an assurance that provides relief to fans concerned about protecting the quarterback and stabilizing the offensive front. Jackson's recovery has been closely monitored, reflecting the Dolphins' attention to detail in ensuring key players are at full capacity when the season officially begins. His anticipated return signals the coaching staff's ability to balance caution with preparation and highlights Jackson's importance in both pass protection schemes and run-blocking assignments. The Dolphins are counting on his presence to anchor the offensive line, providing stability that is crucial for executing complex plays and supporting a dynamic offensive attack. As the team navigates these early uncertainties, Jackson's health emerges as a pivotal factor in shaping Miami's strategic approach to Week 1 and beyond. Defensive end Zach Sieler also made headlines during McDaniel's update, as he is dealing with a minor injury but is expected to return to practice this week. While not a major concern, Sieler's temporary absence had prompted questions about the defensive rotation and pass rush capabilities. McDaniel's comments reassured fans that Sieler's situation is manageable and unlikely to affect his availability for critical matchups, highlighting the team's proactive approach to injury management. Sieler's presence is integral to maintaining pressure on opposing quarterbacks and executing defensive schemes designed to disrupt offensive rhythm. By clarifying his status, McDaniel emphasized that the Dolphins' defensive integrity remains intact, with contingency plans in place to adapt to minor injuries without compromising performance. For fans analyzing Miami's defensive outlook, understanding Sieler's recovery timeline is vital, as it directly influences pass rush strategies, linebacker support, and overall game planning against teams that rely on strong offensive lines and quick-developing passing attacks. Running back Devon Achane's situation presents a more cautious scenario, as he continues to recover from a calf injury and will not participate in practice this upcoming week. McDaniel highlighted that the decision to limit Achane's activity is deliberate, aimed at ensuring he is fully healthy and ready for Week 1 rather than risking aggravation of the injury. Achane, known for his explosive speed and agility, is a key component of Miami's offensive scheme, particularly in both running and passing situations where his versatility can create mismatches against defenders. By prioritizing a chain's health, the Dolphins signal a commitment to a sustainable approach, balancing short-term absence against long-term availability. Fans should interpret this as a strategic move rather than a red flag, understanding that cautious management at this stage could preserve a chain's performance across the full season. McDaniel's remarks reinforced confidence in the depth of the running back rotation while maintaining optimism that a chain will be ready when the regular season begins, ensuring Miami's offense remains dynamic and unpredictable. Attention then shifted to tight end Darren Waller, whose return to practice is described by McDaniel as imminent, though he stopped short of providing a specific timeline. Waller's agent, Drew Rosenhaus, echoed this sentiment, asserting that the elite tight end will be ready to perform without issue despite still being on the PUP list at the start of Week 1. This dual confirmation from both coach and agent creates a narrative of cautious optimism, allowing fans to anticipate Waller's eventual impact on the offense while understanding the team's careful approach to player readiness. Waller's skill set, particularly in creating mismatches against linebackers and contributing to both blocking and receiving schemes, makes his return highly significant. McDaniel's careful phrasing, combined with Rosenhaus' assurances, strikes a balance between realistic timelines and fan excitement, painting a picture of a team methodically reintegrating a key player. For viewers tracking roster dynamics, Waller's return is poised to enhance Miami's offensive versatility and strategic depth substantially. While discussing injuries, McDaniel took time to clarify that recent visits involving linebacker Matt Judon should not be interpreted as evidence that Chop Robinson, Jaelan Phillips, or Bradley Chubb are sidelined. Instead, he emphasized that Judon's visit is purely exploratory, aimed at exploring a potential agreement that benefits both parties. This distinction is critical for fans concerned about the team's defensive stability, as it separates external negotiations from internal injury considerations. Judon's professional track record, which includes extensive experience with the Ravens, Patriots, and Falcons, adds weight to the potential acquisition but does not indicate current roster vulnerabilities. By contextualizing Judon's visit, McDaniel maintains transparency while managing expectations, highlighting Miami's proactive approach to roster building and strategic reinforcement. Fans should view this development as a signal of ambition rather than crisis, understanding that the team is exploring opportunities to bolster its defense without compromising the health or readiness of current starters. Delving into Judon's career credentials, it becomes clear why his potential presence with the Dolphins has attracted attention. At 33 years old, Judon is a seasoned veteran with 72 career sacks over 131 games, including 97 starts, underscoring both durability and consistent impact at a high level. Last season with the Atlanta Falcons, he recorded 5.5 sacks, played in 17 games, and started 15, while adding an interception to his stat line, reflecting versatility beyond pure pass rush production. His experience across multiple defensive schemes and teams provides strategic value, offering leadership and situational awareness to Miami's defensive unit. This background contextualizes why the Dolphins would explore a potential agreement with a player like Judon, combining veteran savvy with proven performance. For fans, understanding Judon's statistical and experiential profile enhances appreciation for Miami's long-term planning, emphasizing that potential roster moves are driven by measured evaluation of talent, fit, and immediate impact. The implications of these injury updates and potential roster adjustments are significant for Miami's opening weeks of the season. With players like Jackson, Achane, Sealer, and Waller either recovering or returning to practice, the Dolphins are navigating a complex balance of readiness and caution. Injuries can disrupt rhythm and coordination, particularly in high-pressure early matchups, making the coaching staff's management decisions critical. McDaniel's updates provide insight into strategic considerations, highlighting the importance of depth across key positions and the interplay between health, performance, and team chemistry. Fans observing the Dolphins' preparation should note how meticulous injury management, combined with measured reintegration of players, shapes offensive and defensive schemes alike. Each decision, from limiting practice to monitoring veteran returns, contributes to overall game readiness, reinforcing the idea that Miami is building towards sustained competitiveness rather than short-term improvisation. Finally, these updates collectively frame the Dolphins as a team that values careful planning, depth, and transparent communication regarding player status. McDaniel's media session, balanced by agent commentary and statistical context, paints a picture of a squad that is resilient in the face of injuries, yet eager to maintain high-performance standards. For fans, the messaging emphasizes both caution and optimism, illustrating how individual recoveries influence broader team strategy. The combination of returning starters, managed absences, and potential acquisitions like Juden highlights a team actively shaping its roster to address immediate needs while preparing for long-term success. As Week 1 approaches, the Dolphins' careful attention to detail, player health, and strategic planning offers a compelling narrative of a team balancing ambition with pragmatism. For supporters tracking the season, this update not only informs but also builds anticipation for a team striving to excel despite early season uncertainties. Still with us? Then show some love. Hit that like button and let us know in the comments. What's your take on the Fins this week? Travis Kelce's sudden arrival in Miami has sent shockwaves through the NFL world, and the scene outside Hard Rock Stadium looked almost surreal as fans crowded every possible vantage point just to catch a glimpse of the superstar tight end. Rumors have been circulating for weeks about potential moves, but nothing prepared the city for the palpable energy that erupted when KELCE stepped off the plane. Social media exploded with footage of fans chanting his name, waving banners, and recording every moment as if they had just witnessed history. The excitement is not merely a reflection of KELCE's talent, but also the magnetic aura he brings, the kind that elevates a franchise's profile overnight. Sources hint at private meetings with Dolphins management, fueling speculation that Miami is considering a blockbuster signing that could shift the balance of power in the AFC. The atmosphere feels electric, almost like the city itself is holding its breath, waiting to see what might unfold next. Inside the stadium, whispers of KELCE donning the Dolphins' aqua and orange have grown louder, even among analysts who are usually cautious with speculation. While nothing has been officially confirmed, insiders suggest that the conversations between KELCE and the team have been ongoing for weeks, and this sudden arrival could be the first visible step toward a stunning off-season move. Fans, clearly caught up in the frenzy, have transformed social media into a stream of collective anticipation, flooding platforms with memes, highlight reels, and hypothetical scenarios of KELCE lining up alongside Miami's dynamic offensive weapons. Pundits have noted that if such a signing were to materialize, it wouldn't just impact the Dolphins' immediate performance, but could reverberate throughout the league, forcing defenses to rethink strategies. The possibility of KELCE's presence in Miami has created a tangible tension, a sense of expectation so intense it's almost a physical force, leaving every fan, reporter, and player on edge as speculation continues to mount. Sources close to the Dolphins suggest that the franchise has been meticulously planning for a move of this magnitude, which could redefine their trajectory for the next several seasons. KELCE's reputation as one of the most reliable and versatile tight ends in the league adds fuel to the frenzy, and the idea of him being integrated into Miami's offensive scheme has become a constant topic among insiders. Some say the team sees this as a rare window to secure a talent capable of transforming the team's identity, blending experience, leadership, and elite skill. Meanwhile, fans have not been shy about showing their admiration, as parking lots and streets near the stadium were flooded with supporters holding signs and chanting for KELCE, creating a scene reminiscent of championship celebrations. The speculation has reached such a fever pitch that even local media are running special segments dedicated entirely to the potential signing, highlighting every nuance of his rumored integration into the Dolphins roster. Adding to the whirlwind, industry insiders hint at behind-the-scenes negotiations that could be more intricate than typical player transfers, suggesting a combination of strategic draft picks, contract incentives, and potential trade elements that would make KELCE's arrival a headline-grabbing move. Analysts are increasingly discussing the tactical implications of such an addition, emphasizing how KELCE could redefine Miami's offensive flexibility, provide unmatched red zone reliability, and offer quarterback options that most defenses can barely anticipate. Rumors even suggest that the Dolphins might be prepared to shift their game plans around KELCE, effectively making him the central figure in an evolving offensive identity. Fans have taken this narrative to heart, with online discussions, fan forums, and local meetups buzzing with excitement, debates, and hypothetical play designs that could maximize KELCE's renowned skill set. The speculation has created an almost cinematic aura around Miami, as if the city itself has become a stage for one of the NFL's most anticipated storylines. Even within the team, sources suggest that locker room dynamics are buzzing with anticipation, with players reportedly discussing the potential arrival of KELCE as a transformative moment in the franchise's history. Veteran leaders are said to be strategizing ways to integrate such a high-profile talent without disrupting existing chemistry, while younger players reportedly see this as an opportunity to learn from one of the league's best at his position. Rumors indicate that coaching staff have been quietly adjusting offensive schemes, preparing for a reality where KELCE's skill set becomes a cornerstone of their strategy. Media coverage has shifted accordingly, with reporters on constant alert for any small development, from team-issued statements to social media hints, each new detail analyzed for possible confirmation of the unfolding narrative. The city itself seems caught in a liminal space, suspended between rumor and reality, as anticipation builds toward a potentially game-changing moment for the Dolphins franchise and the wider NFL community. Meanwhile, local businesses have started to capitalize on the frenzy, with sports bars, merchandise shops, and fan clubs creating events, promotions, and memorabilia that anticipate KELCE's arrival. This grassroots enthusiasm mirrors the national attention the rumor has garnered, demonstrating how the story has transcended typical player movement chatter to become a cultural moment. Every glimpse of KELCE in Miami sparks fresh speculation, from casual encounters near training facilities to photographed outings around the city. Social media metrics suggest that interest in the Dolphins has surged exponentially, with online engagement reaching unprecedented levels. While insiders maintain cautious optimism, the undercurrent of excitement is undeniable, creating a sense of inevitability that something monumental could be announced soon. Even rival fans have been caught discussing what KELCE in Miami might mean for league dynamics, emphasizing the breadth of impact this rumor has generated. The fan frenzy escalated further when videos emerged showing KELCE interacting with local supporters, smiling, signing autographs, and seemingly acknowledging the energy that greeted him in Miami. Analysts argue that these moments, while informal, add credibility to speculation, suggesting that both parties are invested in cultivating public excitement ahead of a potential announcement. The ripple effect on ticket sales, local tourism, and franchise reputation is expected to be substantial, as fans clamor to witness what could be the debut of one of the league's most decorated tight ends in a new uniform. Media outlets have started treating these events like mini milestones, reporting each interaction, sighting, and social media post as if they were official confirmation. Behind the scenes, rumors indicate ongoing logistical planning, from training integration to public appearances, signaling that this is not just casual interest but a calculated, strategic maneuver aimed at maximum impact. Speculation has also prompted discussions about how KELCE's arrival could influence the Dolphins' draft strategy, salary cap planning, and future trades. Industry analysts point out that signing a player of KELCE's caliber requires meticulous balancing of financial and strategic priorities, suggesting that Miami is prepared to make significant adjustments to secure a long-term competitive advantage. Fans and commentators alike have created intricate hypothetical scenarios, imagining how KELCE might redefine offensive dynamics, create mismatches against opposing defenses, and elevate the performance of his teammates. Even casual followers have been drawn into the narrative, posting analyses and predictions that add to the collective anticipation. The rumor has become so pervasive that it has effectively transformed into a cultural phenomenon, with each day bringing new chatter, excitement, and near-constant speculation about what could be one of the NFL's most jaw-dropping moves in recent memory. In addition, KELCE's personal brand and social media presence have amplified the frenzy, as fans dissect posts, stories, and even comments for hidden hints or subtle acknowledgments that might indicate his intentions. Influencers and sports personalities have jumped into the conversation, creating commentary videos, podcasts, and threads that attempt to parse the rumor from reality. The combination of Miami's vibrant fan base, KELCE's national appeal, and the speculation surrounding his potential arrival has created an unprecedented convergence of factors that has the NFL landscape buzzing. Even within the team's infrastructure, sources suggest that preparations for promotional events, public appearances, and marketing campaigns are already underway in anticipation of a major announcement. The synergy between fan excitement, media speculation, and potential franchise strategy has elevated the situation from a simple rumor to a narrative that dominates conversations across social platforms, sports programs, and local discussions. Adding another layer to the story, whispers from unnamed sources hint at possible long-term strategic collaborations between KELCE and Miami's management, suggesting that the potential deal could extend beyond a typical player contract into areas of branding, mentorship, and community engagement. Fans have latched onto these whispers, interpreting every minor interaction or post as a clue that something groundbreaking is imminent. Pundits highlight that this level of anticipation is rare even in the high-stakes world of the NFL, where player movements are closely monitored but seldom inspire the kind of feverish speculation currently surrounding Miami. The intersection of rumor, fan enthusiasm, and the star power of Travis Kelce has created a narrative that feels cinematic, almost as if the city itself is anticipating a defining moment in sports history. Every sighting, every comment, and every subtle hint is scrutinized, magnifying the tension and keeping the speculation alive day after day. Finally, the broader implications of Kelce possibly joining the Dolphins are beginning to dominate league-wide conversations, as rival franchises assess how such a move could shift competitive balances and influence playoff projections. Analysts speculate on the domino effect this could create, from realignment of defensive strategies to potential shifts in free agency priorities across the league. Fans continue to embrace the suspense, turning every rumor into a point of debate, discussion, and speculation that spans forums, podcasts, and social media threads. The city of Miami itself seems caught in a fever dream of anticipation, with every street corner, stadium event, and public gathering reflecting a collective excitement that borders on euphoria. As the rumor mill continues to churn, one thing has become abundantly clear, whether confirmed or not. Travis Kelce's presence in Miami has already left an indelible mark on the city, the franchise, and the imagination of football fans nationwide, proving that sometimes speculation alone can be as thrilling as reality itself. That's a wrap for today's dive. If you're loving the content, share it with a fellow Dolphins fan, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a splash. Fins up.